In Scotland, there is a peculiar 19th-century Gothic bridge that numerous sane and happy dogs have intentionally leapt off, in what is believed to be an act of suicide. Hundreds of dogs have very suddenly decided to jump off the tall structure, and in more than 50 of those cases, the dogs died. Some that didn't fall to their death even headed back for a second attempt. But why? Let's find out more in this video. Overtoun Bridge, also known as Bridge of Death or Dog Suicide Bridge, is a listed structure that stands over the Overtoun Burn, which is a small river near Dumbarton in Scotland. The bridge was constructed at the request of John Campbell White, who inherited Overtoun House in 1884 and wished to extend his driveway, but couldn't due to the large ravine in the way. In order to overcome the deep ravine and create access, landscape architect Henry Milner designed Overtoun Bridge, and it was completed in June 1895 using rough-faced ashlar. The structure comprises of a large central arch, which spans across the Overtoun Burn, with two additional arches symmetrical to each side of the main arch, and looks quite impressive. Since the 1950s, there have been hundreds of reported cases of happy and healthy dogs either accidentally falling from or deliberately jumping off of the bridge. The poor dogs often received serious injuries or death as they landed on the jagged rocks some 52 feet below the bridge. Due to the number of dog incidents that had occurred on Overtoun Bridge, it became known by the locals as the Bridge of Death, or the Dog Suicide Bridge, by the late 1950s, clueless as to why the dogs had been acting this way. Dogs are highly intelligent animals and pets, and simply would not intentionally jump to their almost certain death. Not in the numbers this bridge has witnessed anyway. Even if a dog was depressed, their natural instinct would not be to jump off a bridge, let alone hundreds of them. And why this particular bridge? Let's hear about some of these incidents in more detail to see if we can spot a trend, or find out what's behind the mystery. In 2004, a man named Kenneth Michael was taking a casual walk with his family and their dog, a golden retriever. Kenneth advised that the dog suddenly, and without reason, charged towards and off of the bridge. Thankfully, the golden retriever survived, but naturally it became traumatized by the ordeal. In 2005, at least 5 dogs again, all healthy and well, jumped off the bridge within 6 months of each other. In 2014, a Springer Spaniel named Cassie was out walking with her owner, Alice Trevorrow, when something strange happened. Alice said, and I quote, "I had parked up, and as Cassie is so obedient, I didn't put her lead on. Me and my son walked toward Cassie, who was staring at something above the bridge. She definitely saw something that made her jump. There is something sinister going on. It was so out of character for her." Ownership of Overtoun House changed hands in 2002, when Bob and Melissa Hill decided to purchase it. In 2019, after being residents at the property for 17 years, Bob and Melissa spoke about how they witnessed a number of dogs becoming agitated at the bridge and falling off. Bob said, and again I quote, "The dogs catch the scent of mink, pine martens, or some other mammal, and then they will jump up on the wall of the bridge, and because it's tapered, they will just topple over." Bob was originally a pastor from Texas, and yet he believed that the grounds around his property were possessed by some sort of spiritual quality. A host of theories have tried to justify the dog's strange behavior, and in 2014, a canine psychologist named David Sands backed Bob Hill's theory concerning the odor from a male mink's urine could be luring dogs to jump off the bridge. However, this theory was debunked by a local hunter named John Joyce, who had been a local resident of over 50 years, as he claimed there were no minks in the area. The theory does, however, hold substance, as an experiment was set up with 3 canisters, one containing mice odor, one with squirrel odor, and one with mink odor. During the experiment, 7 of the 10 dogs dramatically ran directly to the canister containing mink odor. Another suggestion is that a noise the human ear cannot detect is playing havoc with dogs' highly attuned hearing capabilities, and that if humans could hear it, there would be an even bigger problem. And another theory offered is that this exact spot is where heaven and hell meets. There was also one human fatality experienced at the Overtoun Bridge. In October 1994, an alleged paranoid schizophrenic named Kevin Moy, aged 32, tragically launched his 2-week-old son Owen off the bridge, and he plummeted off the edge. Owen survived the initial fall, but sadly died the next day due to his injuries. Kevin believed that his son was a reincarnation of the devil or Antichrist due to his unusual birthmark, which appeared to be no dissimilar to anybody else's. Kevin had intentionally chosen this spot due to its infamous association with evil dating back to the Druidic days. Subsequent to the killing, Kevin attempted to take his own life, but was captured and thrown in a mental health hospital. Locals still feel that supernatural activity surrounds Overtoun Bridge, but what is luring dogs to their demise? Would you dare to take your dog for a walk on the wild side? Let me know what you think in the comments, and please subscribe. Thank you.